Hello and welcome. My name is Zafar Iqbal and you're watching the Mojo story. It was a heartbreak for the nation when Vinesh Phogat lost that silver medal. She was in fact not allowed to appear for the contest of the gold medal. And those are the visuals you can see. A disappointed Vinesh Phogat and a disappointed nation. Ever since, there has been a groundswell of support for Vinesh Phogat. Everybody praying that she really gets that silver medal. She missed it by a bare 100 grams. She was disqualified because she was exceeding the weight limit of 100 grams. And now, in the Court of Arbitration for Sports, that case came up today and it was pleaded by on behalf of Vinesh Phogat by her lawyers, and also IOA supported her. Harish Salve, who also was the lawyer of the IOA, he took part in that hearing virtually, and Vinesh Phogat also was present in that hearing. We're told that hearing lasted for over an hour, and we'll get the verdict now. The operational details of the verdict, the final verdict, can come later, but all eyes on that important verdict now. Will she get back her silver medal? Remember, she was contesting for the gold, but she also lost the silver because the IOC decided at that point in time that she was overweight. She was contesting for the 50 kilogram category, but she was overweight by 100 grams. Now, various points have been put across by her lawyers. Of course, they're saying that there was a there was a big distance from the venue to the Olympic village, and she had to take care of her body. She had to take care of herself, and that was her fundamental right. That was one of the arguments that was put across to get a sense of what is happening. And just before the verdict, we'll get the verdict anytime now. We're joined by eminent sports journalists and a person who knows the subject like the back of his hand. He has been dealing with sports, a sports person himself. Saeed Humayun Kaisar, he joins me. Humayun Saab, welcome to the show. What are your first thoughts when we heard that news? It was shocking that she lost it just by a mere 100 grams. Nobody could believe it, but that is what actually happened. She had won the silver, and now a situation came up that rather than competing for the gold, she lost the silver as well. And now her case has come up for hearing. What do you make of the series of events up till now?
As I told you, said whatever you said is right. Things did unfold like that, but the issue is, uh, you know, IOC tried to support her, but it depends on World Wrestling Federation finally. What
Right,
they say, that will be followed by the arbitration court, not what
right,
IOC says, because all the
right,
federations are independent in making their decision, taking their decision, and Thomas Bach, IOC president, has said that finally the call will be taken by International Wrestling Federation. Here, as we say, many players, other than wrestlers and athletes, some from Olympics, some like Tendulkar and other players, like Abhinav Bindra came in her support. But here the support doesn't matter. Say, billion people supporting him doesn't matter. What will matter will
yeah,
be what they think are the laws
yeah,
to be followed, rules to be followed. So we can't get
yeah,
emotional about it. Yes, it's very saddening because
yeah,
in the first round she had a bout with a person, a wrestler who was unbeaten in 82 bouts. She had never lost a
right,
match in her career, and she defeats her and then
yeah,
gets to the final. Another thing that
yeah,
I think the issue is, how could you get overweight by 2
right,
kgs so soon? Since she had two fights in the day, two bouts, she won them, then another bout, then she was waiting for the next in the next day. Well, we have to talk about the trainer, the manager, and the coach as well. What happened? Because it's not
right,
just that easy to gain weight suddenly for a person. I have seen them train. I was with Sushil Kumar when he won silver medal in London, and he had some stomach problem because of banana, and in the final he lost very quickly. He got a silver medal. I have seen them train. I've seen them how they care about their food, their diet, everything, and then still a person within hours gets overweight. It's not the
And
fault
what we
of the
got to know
wrestler
at that
itself.
point in time, what we got to know that they tried hard, that she
Right,
falls in that category of 50 kgs. Her hair was cut.
right.
She was made to do cycling for hours
Running.
altogether. Everything was done, but still she could not come in that bracket of 50 kgs. But what really happened when she started, she was only 49 kilos and 900
Yes.
grams. She was 100 grams less than 50 kg. So what happened in
Right.
the in between, that her weight, sort of exceeded, it sort of escalated by 2 to 3 kgs, and then she had to work so hard to get it down, and it did not fall below 50 kgs. So support staff has to give answers about that.
Exactly. Exactly. So we are not questioning them. I'm surprised that nobody's questioning them. They're questioning Vinish. They can't question her. Basically, all their things, food, training, everything, even water they drink,
Yeah.
is controlled by people around them. Because there could be
Right.
a case of, say, doping also. You never know. There have been many
Yeah.
athletes who took a cough syrup and lost the title then, because that
Yeah.
contained something which was not allowed in the Olympics or is not allowed in sports. So they are
Right.
in control of people around them. How could she, become so much overweight is rather
Yeah.
difficult to say for us from here. And
Yes.
another issue is that can they give two silver medals? They do give two bronze medals,
Right.
but that is the rule that both the semifinalists get in boxing also. They also get bronze medal. But here, if they start giving two silver medals, then it becomes a precedent.
President.
And
Right.
that is what federation is fearing. That is the fear
Right.
which might
Yeah.
not, make us very optimistic about it. Although we
Right.
want to be optimistic, because she
Right.
has three Commonwealth titles. She has an Asian
Right.
Games title. She is a
Yeah.
great athlete, but I don't know what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. And Humayun Saab, I want to interrupt here the news that we are getting that CAS has extended the deadline till tomorrow, August 11, to deliver a ruling. So it's not going to come today, it's going to come tomorrow. But of course, we can discuss this entire matter. The thing is that, she herself is so experienced enough to understand the things. It's not the first time that she is sort of playing in an Olympic. She has so much of an exposure all across the
Right,
world. She has been taking part in these matches. How is it possible that on her own she could not understand it? I know the
right,
sports staff has to
right,
give answers, but purely from a sports person, her own sense should tell her that I have to maintain those parameters which are there, or she was misled, or it was taken lightly, or perhaps not given much attention. And finally, when they saw that her weight is exceeded by a few kilos, they tried a lot in the night by she using that cycling for hours altogether, cutting the hair and doing all that thing, but still it could not work. There is definitely a problem here.
right. There is a problem. As you said, she is 14, 18, and 22 Commonwealth champion. She's world champion, has been world champion. She's Asian Games 18 champion. So naturally, what you are saying is true. She also knew the rules of the game, no doubt about it. And
Right.
the other
Right.
part is that you cannot take diuretics. You cannot take things so that you will pass through urine, all those things, and you will be lightweighted in the morning, because you will
Right.
fall into a dope test trap. Then you can't use a medicine to pull
Right.
down the weight. It has to be done, like you said,
Right.
cycling, running, and whatever they try to do. But that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And another part was, had she got her weight under, say, 50 kgs, say 100 grams below 50 kgs, after doing these things. She would
Yeah.
have been extremely weak and exhausted for the final.
Right.
So again, I don't think she
Right.
would have won the a gold medal because she just wanted to be
Yeah.
there, make presence felt,
Right.
and completely weak and exhausted.
Right. And she would have lost that final bout. But in
Right.
hindsight,
You are
wasn't
right.
that a better option? Because in this way, she lost the silver as well.
Oh, true. She lost the silver as well. True. That was a better
Right.
option, but they could not
Because
put the weight. They could not get the weight under 50 kgs. And you can't be on the
right.
borderline. If you are, say, 49 kgs and 900 grams, that is borderline. You cannot be that. You have to be at least 500 grams below that. We have seen people. I have seen Mary Com in action, other people I have met, and how they do it. They don't take chance of these 200, 100 grams. You can't take that chance. But if you have taken that
No, but
chance,
Humayun
then
Sahab,
this is that thing.
Humayun Sahab, the thing is that at the outset she was 53 kg. She was playing in that bracket, but then she had cut down her weight and brought herself down to 50 kgs to be to play in that
Below 50.
sort of a bracket, and that is the problem.
Right. Right. Because if you come into a bracket, say 57 kg is a bracket, 53 or below 50 is a bracket, then you remain in that bracket. When you came down,
Right,
say from a higher weight category to downwards, and you have a
right,
tendency of gaining weight because you have been in that category and your normal weight is that,
right,
you might gain
yeah,
weight. That becomes an issue.
right. And perhaps that in the end became an issue for her, because despite taking all the precautions, despite working so hard in the night, she could still not be less than 50 kilos. But now that this verdict, this ruling is coming tomorrow, what's the sense that you have after, her own lawyers pleading the case, then IOC coming into picture? Uh, what is the sense that you get? Will will uh, will the ruling be in her favor? Are there more chances of her really uh, getting the silver, or it's all in the realm of speculation right now?
When we watch cricket match and then you have a DRS, and umpire goes on seeing the DRS again
Yeah,
and again whether batsman is out, then the chances are that batsman will be not out because he's not sure the batsman is out. So
right,
I think there is kind of a silver lining here. They have not just made a decision, no, this cannot happen. That means they are thinking about it, that this is a possibility. So she might get the silver medal. I'm not saying she will get it, but there is a certain kind of a
right.
silver lining that they are rethinking.
You
Otherwise,
know,
they would have said, no, it's
right.
not possible. And they have said, we have to
I
rethink.
mean,
That means
right.
she might get a
When,
positive
when when the
response as well.
case when the case was admitted, it's that there's some sort of a small chance, 5-10%, and when that
Right.
goes to next level of argument, then perhaps the chances increase by 20%. And when she pleads
Exactly.
her case, and there are lawyers who put across the arguments very forcefully and give strong arguments, then their expectations rise and there are more chances. Had this been, not accepted, not admitted at the outset, then there were no chances at all. But now there are,
Exactly.
of course, chances. Yeah,
And now, since it has been delayed till tomorrow, that means even Wrestling Federation and Olympic Committee wants to rethink. Otherwise, they would have come out with
right,
verdict that this is final. What should we think about? It's black and white over. There is something
right,
positive might happen also. There are chances now
right.
that they are thinking
There
about
are
it,
chances,
that
and it,
somehow she deserves it, or maybe she's hard done by, maybe. So
yeah.
going to tomorrow
Although
could be positive.
although although all those athletes who have been talking right now, they've been saying that the rules are very strict. But there is a silver lining when that case was admitted and all those arguments were put across. Now, I've been told by my producer that we got a soundbite of PT Usha. She said something. Let's hear. I remember Prime Minister Modi also spoke to PT Usha when that news came in first, that she has actually been, she cannot play for the finals and she's lost the silver. That's the time when Prime Minister Modi had spoken to PT Usha. Now she's given a soundbite. Let's hear what she said.
Now, Vinesh had 3 bouts, and hence, to prevent any dehydration, some amount of water had to be given. We found that her post-participation weight was increased more than normal, and the coach initiated the normal process of weight cut that he has always employed with Vinesh. This is something that's worked with her for a long period of time. He felt confident that this would be achieved, and over the night we went ahead with the weight cut procedure. However, in the morning we found that despite all of our efforts, her weight was 100 grams over her 50 kilogram weight category, and hence she was disqualified. We had tried all possible drastic measures throughout the night, including cutting off her hair, shortening her clothes, and despite all of this, we could not make that 50 kg weight category.
Right. This was an old soundbite. This is not a new soundbite. This is a soundbite that was given a couple of days ago. So what the new development is, the news is that the ruling has been delayed till tomorrow. We get a final clarity. We're expecting that there will be an operational part of the verdict that will be released today, and the full sort of a ruling will come later. But now we're told that in the operational part of it will be released tomorrow. So we're still hoping that she'll get the silver. She's worked really hard, and she has in fact retired from the sport. She has made it clear. She tweeted that addressing to her mother that, "Mom, wrestling defeated me and it's broken my courage and your courage." That was very heartfelt, the tweet that came after she was she
भारतीय ओलंपिक संघ ने अंतर्राष्ट्रीय कुश्ती संघ से कड़ा विरोध भी दर्ज किया है। नेशनल भारतीय ओलंपिक संघ की अध्यक्षा पीटी उषा भी अभी पेरिस में है। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने स्वयं उसके साथ बातचीत करके उचित कार्यवाही करने के लिए, उचित एक्शन लेने के लिए भी उसको कहा गया है।
Now, Vinesh had 3 bouts, and hence, to prevent any dehydration, some amount of water had to be given. We found that her post-participation weight was increased more than normal, and the coach initiated the normal process of weight cut that he has always employed with Vinesh. This is something that's worked with her for a long period of time. He felt confident that this would be achieved, and over the night we went ahead with the weight cut procedure. However, in the morning we found that despite all of our efforts, her weight was 100 grams over her 50 kilogram weight category, and hence she was disqualified. We had tried all possible drastic measures throughout the night, including cutting off her hair, shortening her clothes, and despite all of this, we could not make that 50 kg weight category.
Okay, there was some problem with the signal, but we're back now. Humayun sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, there was some problem. We lost the connection in between. But I'm saying that now this ruling is going to come tomorrow, and there are hopes that she might get the silver. But as you are pointing out, that this becomes the precedent. If they do it this time, then it opens the door in the future that such situations can come up, and then they will have to follow what they have done now. It's not, Humayun Sahab, you follow sports very closely. does it generally happen that people go to the court and the verdict comes in favor of the athlete, or it happens very rarely?
Very rarely, very rarely. It doesn't
Right.
come, normally in such cases in favor of the athlete. If something untoward or abnormal has happened, nothing
Yeah.
like that has happened here. So it doesn't come usually in their favor. And as you said, that a precedent will be set. That is
Right.
what Wrestling Federation fears, nothing
Right.
else. And then the same may be applied to other sports. The issue is that is where International Olympic Committee is worried that if we give a chance
Right.
this time to Vinesh, then there will be
Right.
same occurrences in other sports for which
Right.
we'll have to rethink or redesign our rules, which they are not
Right.
willing to do. But I still say, since it has been delayed, that means the thinking is going on. The verdict has not been made as yet. So
You
they're
know,
thinking about it. Maybe
when this happened, a lot of people were saying only a miracle can get her the silver back, and if that miracle happens, it will be great for her and for all all her fans and people of the country who have been rooting for her. If she gets back that silver medal, but of course we'll have to wait till tomorrow when that ruling comes. But for now, thanks so much, Mayusab, for explaining to us what exactly you think the background and what could possibly happen. We'll keep a close watch on this story. We'll be again following it tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining us, and thanks for watching the Local Story.
Thank you so much. Good night.
It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.